Okay, so we had biology lab the other day and you collected lots of great data. And part of the biology lab is that you need to put this data into a lab report. And the lab report requires you to make this data into some sort of pretty graphic like a chart. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to take this data and I'm going to highlight it and click on it. And I'm going to highlight what I want. This is all the data I want to go in my chart. So I've got it highlighted. I am going to click Insert, go over to the charts, and maybe you want a bar chart or a pie chart, but today I want a line chart. So I'm going to click Line. I'm going to click the simplest one that they have. So I'm going to click the first one there. And ta-da, we have a chart. And here is the chart. But now that I'm looking at it, I don't really like what the chart looks like. It doesn't reflect what I want it to say. So I'm going to come over here and see what data it is pulling from. And I can see that under Select Data, it shows me all the data sources. So I'm going to pull it over here. And the problem is this series over here, wavelength, should not belong in the series. That should go on the x-axis and not the y-axis. So wavelength, I'm going to take it off. So I'm going to hit this delete button right here. And now it's not there. I want to put it here on the horizontal X category. So I'm going to click this little button to shrink down the data source box. Bring it over here and highlight the data that should go in the horizontal axis. That's this stuff here. You can see it's highlighted with these little dashing green lights. I'm going to hit Enter. And now it is put into this place right here, which is where I want it. I'm going to hit OK. There we go. That's what it needs to look like. That looks a lot better. So we have our different pigments. They're at different wavelengths and different absorbances. That looks a lot better. So I'm going to keep tweaking this till I get it exactly the way I want it. So another thing I want to do is change the names because they just say pigment 1 through pigment 5, and that doesn't really fully explain what the pigments are. So if you drew a picture or took a picture, you'll remember that your chromatography paper showed these pigments in order. So this was pigment number 1, pigment number 2, 3, 4, and 5. But I'm going to label them with what they really are. So this was chlorophyll B, chlorophyll A, violazanthin, lutein, and this was going to be beta-carotene. So I'm going to go up there and write this here instead. So let me highlight this data and type it in, chlorophyll B, hit Enter, and we can see it changed here, which is exactly what I want it to do. So that was chlorophyll B. This one is chlorophyll A. This was violazanthin. This was lutein. And this was beta-carotene. Wonderful. Okay, so all my pigments are labeled with their proper names. Love it. Now I'm going to change the colors because chlorophyll is not brown and I really want it to look more like real life. I want it to look like this picture down here. So I'm going to change the colors because you can do that in Excel. It's pretty awesome. So I'm going to double click on my label for my legend and I've got chlorophyll B highlighted. And you can see its color over here is orange. And I am going to change that orange color and I'm going to make it into a color that more accurately reflects chlorophyll B. And that was kind of a darker green. So here I've got the darker green color for chlorophyll B. I'm going to click on chlorophyll A and change that to a lighter green color. Violazanthin was already yellow, so I'm going to keep that there. Lutein was a yellow, so I'm going to change it from blue to yellow. And beta-carotene, carrots are orange. So I'm going to pick this nice orange here that'll show up really good. Like it. That looks awesome. So I'm getting it closer and closer to exactly the way I want it. I am going to change the layout now because I don't want the legend down here. I want it on the side. So I go over here to Quick Layout. And I'm going to click this very first style because I like this style. So now I pulled all my pigments and they're over here in a legend box on the right hand side. Wonderful. That looks good. Now I'm going to change this from generic chart title to what I really want to title it. So that will be photosynthesis pigment absorption spectra. Awesome. So the title is changed and now I'm down to This guy over here, the axis title. So our y-axis has a title, and I want to label it what it really is, which is absorption. But I'm looking and my x-axis doesn't have one, so I need to add it in. So you come over here to the far left side for Add Chart Element, Axis Titles, and you can see that it's not checked. The box isn't checked, so I'm just going to click that, and there it is. So I could change it, and this is wavelength, and I put the units of nanometers in there. And now the chart is exactly the way I want it to look. I have a legend over here. The colors and the names are exactly the way I want them to be. We have a title for our chart. There are axes with their proper numbers and their label. Every axis has a title. This looks wonderful. So I am just going to click chart area, and I can highlight it, copy it, and then I'll open up my Word document that has my lab report, and it's as simple as pasting it in there. You have done all the work to make this beautiful chart all on your own. Good job. You got this.